So, in this stolen idea of a video, I'm going to be talking about a completely one sided massacre. It's going to be Meliodas versus Natsu versus Asta. All of them have the magics and powers of their verse, and if an ability is featless or has no statements on how it works or operates, then it will be dismissed. Also, I will be equalizing their stats, so if there's an ability that's like Monozone that amps your stats, then it will be dismissed besides the hacks that come with that ability. I will also be equalizing their magic energy, so something like curses in Fairy Tale won't be considered magic, as it is a different energy system in its own verse from the main magic system, well, energy system. And also, this fight starts in a infinite dimension or whatever empty void, and this will be a brawl format, so let's get started with this hypothetical matchup. So, to start off, I'll explain why this is a massacre and isn't fair at all. Essentially, the culprit is Meliodas because of what he'll be able to do, which is put Natsu and Asta in a possible future, where in each possible future that they will be experiencing separately, in that possible future, they are winning realistically in their own way. Same as how Kath did to the Seven Deadly Sins just by doing nothing. He didn't do any enchantment or anything fancy. They were just already caught in their possible futures, which wasn't a spell or a illusion. And based on what we have seen in Black Clover and Fairy Tale, there is no one that has done something similar to what Kath did. Also, Meliodas will be able to use Gother's magic, which is a fusion of Kotamatsu Kami, Tsukiyomi, and Koikasuagetsu. He'll be able to manipulate all six senses, like how Gother did to Chandler and the Green Knight, and he can manipulate your memories and erase them, and even add memories. So essentially, he has complete control over your existence, obviously, besides your concept. He also doesn't have to hit you with a light arrow for you to become a victim, like how Gother did to Chandler and the Green Knight. Also, it's a 10-mile radius of an effect, so Asta and Natsu could be caught by these two axes, and it's game over for them. And anti-magic hasn't been able to show that it can neg magic on this level, or any mind manipulation of this level. The closest thing that we've seen it neg is the brainwashing of Lucius's paladins. But Meliodas could just sit there and do nothing since he would have Kath's transcendence over life and death itself, which means you can only absorb or seal Meliodas to beat him since he can't die. Also, Meliodas will have Chaos's power to manipulate all of reality with just his intentions. Like, he doesn't have to conceptualize something, he can just want it to happen and it will happen. He can just want something to exist and it will exist, like how Arthur recreated reality subconsciously. Not only that, Meliodas can steal your emotions and use them against you, like how he did in the Demon King fight, or he can use Chaos's power, which is stated that it gives rise to a near infinite amount of possibilities. So essentially, anything is possible with Chaos's power. We also know that he has interdimensional range of an effect due to Kath's statement, and how Arthur created Camelot that has different dimensions inside of it. Not only that, but Meliodas can hop outside of reality due to Oslo's abilities. So Meliodas could hop outside of reality and just attack Natsu and Asta from the outside. Also, whenever we see Meliodas and Bon leave Purgatory, we see them in the space that is outside of all the dimensions in Seven Deadly Sins verse, as they can now travel from one dimension to another, and since the power of chaos can manipulate and even destroy Purgatory, which is a infinite space-time dimension, he can then just simply destroy the dimension of whatever infinite dimension they were fighting in. And also, Meliodas will be completely immune to magic with Zeldris' power that he used from the Demon King, and also Meliodas can use the Ruler as well as the Supreme Deity's power, which makes her immune to all physical attacks. So, in all honesty, there's no way Natsu and Asta could even hope to beat Meliodas, And I tried to make that painfully clear because all their powers get negged by reality manipulation, which Meliodas could possibly just take away their magic and powers, and he can make them 10 times weaker with weakness, and they won't even be aware of that they got 10 times weaker, since Bond didn't notice that he was 10 times weaker. So yeah, Meliodas negs, he takes first place, and there's a lot more abilities that can be mentioned for Meliodas, but I don't have the time, nor do I feel like it's necessary. Now then, for Asta and Natsu. And honestly, Asta gets negged by Natsu because, like, how is Asta gonna handle current Natsu's fire? A fire hotter than the flames that burns time and infinite amounts of magic. Not only that, but Natsu would also be immortal due to Zeref's curse, and that he has instant death manipulation, and he can separate Asta's magic from him using Irene's abilities. And then Asta will just have his anti magic, and even anti magic doesn't block out the heat of fire, whether it's magical or not. He is still affected by it. And any magic Asta has, Natsu can just eat them because of Acnologia's Dragon Slayer magic. And for Natsu, anything he eats, his fire gets like those properties of that magic wise. Also, Natsu has Fairy Heart, so he would have complete control over space and time, so he could replicate immeasurable speed by using his space time hacks to travel through time to attack Asta from the future or the past. In fact, he could one shot Asta by simply hitting him before Asta could do anything with just traveling through time, but it wouldn't be effective to Meliodas since Meliodas would be outside of reality. Also, Natsu can hop into other dimensions and still fight Asta by using Selene's magic. So, in conclusion, Asta is last since he can't do anything in this fight, and Natsu is second due to Natsu not being able to fight Meliodas, nor does Natsu have anything that can neg reality manipulation on Chaos's level. Because honestly, if any one of these guys had Chaos's power, like just having Chaos power alone, you would be able to like neg any of the two that is fighting in this hypothetical matchup. Anyway, I'm out of here. Peace.